What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Aledius Sports Channel. I'm your host, Enrique Aledius, and today we are going to preview the Thursday night football game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know why I did just that. That was weird. Okay, so the Ravens have a record of 7-3. They're going up against the Bengals, who are at 5-4. This is going to be a big game. Big game. Both these teams just came off of huge losses. Man, I was surprised by the Bengals losing to the Browns, although the Browns have a really good defense. So, I mean, but they did come back. I mean, shout out to Sean Watson, although season-ending injury sucks for him, sucks for the Browns fans. I mean, that's just the most Browns thing to happen, right? But the Bengals, on the other hand, they got taken over by C.J. Stroud. That was, I mean, I'll make another video on that another time, but that man is a dog. He is a dude. And I don't know if the Panthers are regretting taking Bryce Young over CJ Stroud, but I don't know. I still think Bryce Young has a lot of time to prove himself. I mean, even like Peyton Manning in his first year wasn't exactly the Peyton Manning in his prime just yet. But all right, let's dive into it. So it's going to be Baltimore at home tomorrow or tonight, I guess, whenever I'm recording this video. I think it's gonna be a critical game, right? I think this is gonna be it's a big divisional showdown here. Historically, Ravens hold the edge. They are leading all time in the series, 29-27, if that all matters to you. I don't know if betting wise or whatever that really matters. But I think what does matter is that in their last meeting on week 2, the Ravens were the winners there. They won 27-4. Big part of that game was Lamar Jackson had a huge game. If you guys remember, that was when I think Lamar really started the season off really well, and then it kind of got loud in terms of how good Lamar was looking this season. And that game he threw for 237 yards, got 2 touchdowns. So I think we're gonna need a big game from him for Ravens fans. They're gonna need a big game from him if they want to pull off a win again. I think bigger picture wise, a win in this game definitely would keep the Ravens at the top of the AFC North and in really good contention for the top seed in the AFC, especially because they got a pretty challenging schedule up ahead, right? So that's a big thing for them. I think a concern for the Ravens, though, has been their ability to maintain leads in the fourth quarter. Something that they'll need to address against the Bengals. Look, I mean, even last year we saw it too, right? They've had trouble maintaining these leads. And that is something that can really bite them in the ass, right? Because we saw with the Browns, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. It doesn't look like they just stopped playing. Things just seem to, I don't know, not click later in the game the same way they do in the beginning of the game. So they'll definitely need to figure that out. I think in this game, though, so key players to watch, I think in this game is definitely going to be Lamar. For sure. He always plays the Ravens well. So, in betting odds, maybe take the over rushing. I think over rushing probably better than the over passing yards. This could be a close game. I feel like, as tempting as it is to think this might be a shootout, we got to remember this is prime time. So far in the season, prime time has not been pretty good, especially Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime games have not gone well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the over in terms of scoring, in terms of points, or in terms of just offensive production. I don't know if I'm going to go over on that one, but I will think about it. I will sleep on it. I might still go under. All right. Another player to watch for, I think Mark Andrews. He is always Lamar's reliable target. Andrews there is a good call if maybe you betting wise, if you think he will get, I think a good Mark Andrews receptions could be a good one in this game. I think they'll definitely need to, Lamar will definitely need to rely on him a little bit in this game, but I do think an underrated target or underrated player for the Ravens who can get a lot of carries could be Keaton Mitchell, running back. For the Ravens, he could add some dynamic offensive looks for the Ravens. I think he had he has a lot of hype going into this game, or he has a good amount of hype, at least if you're on the Bengals side of things, or I'm sorry, the Ravens side of things. He could definitely add some offensive threat to the Ravens game. So those are three players who I think definitely you could look out for: Lamar, Andrews, and Mitchell. don't take my word for it because I have sucked at betting this year. So I don't know. Maybe fade me on that one. Could be not so good on there. But all right. So let's move on to the Bengals side of things. All right. Bengals guy, this one, I think they're in a spot. They got up to a slow start, right? Everyone knows Burrow was kind of hurt, but they kind of got things rolling again, and they got. I think we started to see the Joe Burrow of old, and that was really cool to see. So they started to get rolling again. They had a really good couple of wins there, but they did suffer that loss to the Texans. Again, like I said last week, like I said a while ago, they're just that we're looking to turn it around, right? I don't think they played that terribly in that game against the Texans. It honestly could have gone either way. I felt like if the Bengals had last possession, I feel like they probably would have won that game. So I think this game is a test for them, right? It's can they keep that momentum, keep that solid play consistent, and keep that solid play moving throughout each week, especially as Burrow is getting healthier. And I don't know if this week T. Higgins is going to return. At the time of making this video, I don't know if he's coming back yet. The last status check I've seen of him, it is a day-to-day thing, so we will see. I think some of the challenges that the Bengals could face in this game could be, they're going to have to counter the Ravens' zone defense. I think that is something in past matchups that has limited Burrow's effectiveness. So we'll see how he could adapt to the Ravens zone heavy approach. And with Burrow, though, being healthier, I think the dynamics can change. Maybe we could get some deep throws here, some really explosive plays that the Burrow can make if he connects with Jamar Chase, who I do believe he is healthy, right? I believe he's playing. Let me double check. Jamar Chase. Yeah, I don't see any news of him. 2 days ago, he is no longer on the injury report, so that is a good sign for Bengals fans. Another key thing I think the Bengals have to improve on is their run game. They have to improve. They've struggled a little bit with their run game. They are ranking last in the NFL. It's not where you want to be if you want to make a good run for it. I think Joe Mixon, I believe, is the leading rusher for the Bengals this year, but just in general, they have to improve that. They got to improve against the Ravens with that, because the Ravens defense is not the best against the run. So if they can get that going, that would be huge for them. On the defensive side for the Bengals, they also better be able to contain the run against the Bengals or against the Ravens, right? The Bengals defense, they don't have Sam Hubbard, and that's tough. That's going to be a challenge for the Bengals to be able to contain Lamar, and the Ravens have a really good run game on their side. And without Sam Hubbard, big key guy there, big key defender, that could be a tough thing for them. And I do think that the Bengals have to keep an eye out for just Ravens have this ability to really make these really good big plays down the field. And I think the Bengals right now, their pass defense is not the strongest it's been. So when looking at this game, I personally, again, I'm rooting for like a high scoring game. I'm rooting for a really exciting shootout in a sense, but we'll see, right? We'll see what happens here. I think going into this game, a lot of the analysts and experts are saying that this definitely Ravens are favored. They have a slight edge over the Bengals, and I do think though that the Bengals right now though they're playing better than their record shows, right? Because of the fact that Joe Burrow is getting healthier. The past couple weeks, they've really started to put things together and look like the old Bengals. So this could be, honestly, this is exciting. One of the exciting games in primetime we've had in a while. I feel like this could be a playoff matchup like game, and I feel like it's really gonna come down to Burrow and the Bengals' effectiveness against that Ravens defense. Right there, let's see what the Bengals can do with their run game. Can they make explosive plays if the run game's not really working that well? But then also Ravens have this ability to make big plays themselves. Can Lamar have another huge game? I think that they have to also be able to on the Ravens defensive side of the ball too, watch out for that Burrow and Chase connection, right? That's going to be something everyone's going to look out for, which I'm sure they're going to really game plan and scheme well for. So it should be interesting. I do not have a solid like prediction of who I feel like is going to win 100%. But personally, man, I hate doing this. I love the Bengals and I love Burrow, and he before he got hurt and going into the season, they were kind of my pick to go to the Super Bowl. But I say the Ravens take this game. Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I say the Ravens take this game. I think it could be interesting for. I just think they're going to bounce back. I think they're going to bounce back. They probably a little bitter taste in their mouth after giving up that lead to the Bengals. Ravens are also at home, but we'll see. I mean, it should be a fun game. I'm pumped for this game. It should be a fun one. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you guys think who do you guys think is going to win? What are your guys' best bets? Let me know in the comments what you guys feel, what you guys think. But that's it for this game preview. I'm Enrique Aledius. Thanks so much for watching the video. Catch you guys later.